Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, or otherwise strange content. Today, we're returning to Once Upon a Time. I'm sorry it took me longer than I anticipated to get back to this show. I promise it will not take as long next time. There's just been a lot going on this month. So today we are watching, I believe, Season 1, Episode 4. Season 1, Episode 4 is the first episode where we start to establish characters that aren't the main family. I will be keeping note of them on our family tree endeavors, but I won't really be giving you an update this time because there's nothing like directly related back to the Charmings for now. Alright, The Price of Gold, Episode 4. This is the Cinderella episode. Everybody get excited. It is really nice to hear from you guys that this series, me covering this on the channel, has inspired a bunch of you to go back and rewatch. Good to know that you guys were just as nostalgic for it as I am. Alright, we start off with the traditional Cinderella's stepsisters are going to the ball. She's sweeping and sad.
Do not despair, my dear. You will attend that ball.
Oh, her fairy godmother is here. I didn't see that coming.
To your prince. And to
Oh shit.
I got what I wanted.
So Rumpelstiltskin just killed the fairy godmother because he needed the magic wand.
All magic comes with a price.
And he's also like, look, you don't want to mess with magic, it's fine. And she's like, yeah, but my life sucks.
My life. It's wretched.
Then change it.
And it's really lame, but that line has always stuck with me. My life is wretched. Then change it. So he makes a deal with her. Remember, he is Rumpelstiltskin, so this is kind of the Cinderella episode and the Rumpelstiltskin episode kind of melded into one, because that's what this show does, is it twists all the stories into one big story. He's not helping her spin straw into gold, but he says he'll help her, and then she'll owe him a favor. And we kind of all know where that goes, right? Right.
Glass.
Every story needs a memorable detail.
And he was the one that came up with the glass slippers in this version. I love it. In the present day, Emma is walking Henry to school, and they're talking about code names for their super secret mission to get everybody to remember who they are.
I need something to call you.
Call me Emma for now.
Seeing as she's his bio mom, he clearly wants to call her something other than just her name. She's not really ready for that conversation yet.
I've got a job.
Graham shows up and is like, hey, since you're kind of already doing my job for me, do you want to just get paid? Later, she's drinking her hot chocolate with cinnamon.
How was your walk with Henry?
Regina comes in and is like, you're just gonna flake out and leave soon, so I'm not really intimidated by you.
Your longest stint anywhere was 2 years. Really, what did you enjoy so much about Tallahassee?
Would you believe that we will find out what this deal with Tallahassee was, but it won't be for like another 2 years?
Oh!
She completely spills her hot chocolate all over herself. How she did that, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm clumsy and I would have done it, so I'm not judging her. But she goes into the back laundry room of Granny's Diner, because of course they have that, and meets Cinderella. But of course, like everybody else, she doesn't remember who she is.
You tried bleach?
In the modern day, this character is a about-to-be teen mom.
Everyone thinks I can do anything.
Screw them.
What?
Screw them.
Emma coming in with just timeless words of wisdom.
People are gonna tell you who you are your whole life. You just gotta punch back and say, no, this is who I am.
Another line that unironically has stuck with me my entire life. Now we see Mr. Gold walking home from his shop. She breaks in.
Ashley.
Oh, Jesus. I was already freaked out by the dolls, which you guys don't know just how creepy those dolls are yet, but the creepy looking dolls, and then I just get Rumple jump scared. She pepper sprayed Rumpelstiltskin. That's badass. Like, I love Rumple and everything, but like, that's pretty funny.
But I don't enjoy these Saturday city council meetings.
Regina's leaving Henry alone by himself to go to a city council meeting. He's warned that there are consequences if he leaves the house and goes to hang out with Emma. So immediately he goes and leaves the house to hang out with Emma.
So that's all your stuff? What do you mean?
Emma's unpacking back with Snow, and Snow is like, where's all your stuff? And she's like, this is my stuff. I'm sorry, I'll call her Mary Margaret until she remembers who she is. Or I'll try, I might forget.
I'm not sentimental.
Real talk though, Emma I'm kind of jealous of Emma's ability to just not hang on to stuff. I have way too much stuff. Every time I go to get rid of something, I'm like, but what if I need it later? I know I'm a millennial cusper, but like, I have that millennial trait of just holding on to cardboard boxes because you never know. Mr. Gold comes to Emma, of all people, wanting her help finding Ashley, because Cinderella's name is Ashley in this world. Ashley, Cinderella, you get it, right?
I don't want to ruin this young girl's life, but I just want my property returned.
She stole something from him, and he wants it back. And he says he doesn't want to go to the police because he doesn't want her to be arrested and for her to have her baby in jail. Sounds very kind of him, but there's always a catch with Rumple, isn't there?
When did you see her last?
Last night. That's how I got this.
I love Rumpelstiltskin's rock star hair.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, of course I do.
Who? Because I'm still trying to figure it out.
Really, Henry, you couldn't put together Rumpelstiltskin is the guy named Mr. Gold who makes shady deals with everybody in town? Really?
I am just trying to be responsible here.
And I'm just trying to spend time with you.
Henry guilt trips Emma into letting him tag along to find a missing person.
So, the maid, what's her story?
Well, it's funny you should ask, Henry. Have you heard of Cinderella? We've now flashed to the point where Cinderella has married the prince.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Bless her prince. He has no personality. They just forgot to give him one, or they found it not necessary. Like, you thought poor Prince Charming had no personality? No. He has a personality. His personality is being a huge himbo. At times, a very frustrating himbo, but we'll get to that. But this poor guy? This man has no traits that are discernible to human emotion. But hey, speaking of Prince Charming and Snow, they're here, so this is, I guess, after their wedding. Timeline-wise, I'm thinking this is probably shortly after their wedding, because it can be assumed that they're married and, like, reestablished back into royal society, but, like, also from later episodes, we know that she's pregnant when they get married, so, like, she's not showing yet, so I'd say they're, like, very, very newly married, so good for everybody. Everybody's getting married.
I'm proud of you too.
Oh, Rumple's here, and he's all snazzy.
What I want is something you don't yet possess.
He pulls the old Rumpelstiltskin trick of, like, I want your firstborn baby.
Your firstborn.
Cinderella is trying to run away from her problems, which omnipotent baby snatcher man probably is not going to be thrown off by that.
I thought you were hunting.
I was, but the weather wasn't agreeing, so we came back early.
Her personalityless husband, bless him, comes back. He's not a bad character. I just couldn't tell you one thing about this man.
I'm pregnant.
Ella, that's wonderful.
Do you know how disappointed I would be if my husband gave me that lackluster of a reaction to me being pregnant? I'd be so sad. I'd be so upset.
Why are you upset? This is what we wanted.
She tells him that she made a deal with Rumpelstiltskin. The prince is like, the fuck does he want our baby for? We learn later that Rumpelstiltskin kind of sort of sells babies on the black market, so that's probably what he wants it for, but...
I don't care what that imp said. Magic may have brought us together, but it didn't create this love.
This man is too calm. I'm disconcerted by how calm this man is at the thought of his baby being stolen. They're trying to get information from Ruby about where Ashley is. I like that she's got a little glass wolf on her dash because, you know, Red Riding Hood, all that stuff, you know.
Stepmom, stepsisters, and she's a maid?
Henry.
Yeah, that one's pretty on the nose, Henry. You got that one. So they go to see her ex, aka her husband in the old world. In this reality, he's a rich kid from a snobby family whose father has basically forced him to abandon her now that she's pregnant because it won't look good on the family to have teen pregnancy in their midst.
Well, what are they going to do? Raise the child in the backseat of a car?
Some people only have the backseat of a car.
They could just move in with you. You have a giant house. Like,
Stop letting other people make decisions for you.
Inside. Now.
what the fuck, Sean? Leave your balls in the old world? You just know that Sean's dad, at least in this world, is the kind of guy who will, like, preach about family values as a way to be homophobic, but then he'll, like, kick out his own kid for, like, having a kid too early.
I went to a lot of trouble to get her that deal. Ashley agreed to give up the child.
He brokered a deal to sell the baby. What is it with these rich white people and stuff we cover lately and selling babies? Go see our As the World Turns live streams if you need more of that.
Well, isn't that why you were hired? To bring him the baby?
It turns out, funny story, Mr. Gold in this world is also after her baby. He was paid to broker a deal to help sell the baby. You see how the old world and the new world kind of come together? Emma's just like, oh, that's not gonna fucking fly. I want answers.
Why didn't you tell me she sold the baby?
Because I didn't think it was important.
Really?
Ruby! Actually, Ruby was just covering for her so she could have a headway to get out of town so she wouldn't have to sell her baby. So you know what? Maybe Ruby's a ride or die. We love that.
I can't talk in front of him. He's the mayor's kid.
She doesn't trust Henry. Poor Henry. Okay, so Ash is on her way to Boston. Henry's stowed away in the backseat of the car. He points out that none of these characters are allowed to leave because the curse will keep them contained in Storybrooke.
She can't leave.
Back in the old world, we see them devising a plot to catch Rumpelstiltskin and put him in this super magically guarded prison cell, which we see him in the pilot, so we know it worked. The plan is to send Cinderella back to Rumpelstiltskin and be like, all of our crops are dying, but the doc heard 2 heartbeats. And when I say Doc, I literally mean Doc, the dwarf from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, because of course he is the one and only doctor, apparently. I'm not sure exactly where you go in the magical forest to get a medical degree, but he got one. Good for him.
Quill, I don't understand.
So she's gonna renegotiate their contract, and when he signs with special magical quill ink, he'll be stun-locked and they'll be able to arrest him or something.
What if this magic also has a price?
Then I will pay it.
This man is giving me nothing.
I can do this, Helen.
He said that like he's trying to like pep her up for like a job interview, not for saving their future child. Also, Emma's running in heels. Good for her. Ashley got into a spontaneous car crash because nobody gets to leave Storybrooke.
Is the baby really coming?
Oh, yeah.
And she's in labor. Cool. So they rush her back to the hospital. Emma gives her the talk about making sure that she's doing what's right for her baby first and foremost.
You have to grow up. You can't ever leave.
It's always sweet to watch the scene because, like, Henry's listening to her talk about motherhood in the backseat of the car when they're just being reunited. I don't know. It's cute. In the old world, she meets to renegotiate with Rumpel on the foggiest night I've ever seen. Jesus.
What a lovely quill. Wherever did you get it?
Oh, you know, it was just in the junk drawer.
It's from my castle.
It was next to those little, like, strawberry-looking wrapped candies that nobody buys, but they always show up in your house. So he signs it, they arrest him, and he gives an ominous but kind of funny-sounding threat.
I assure you, I will have your baby.
Alright, in the modern day, the baby has been born, and Mr. Gold has shown up to take the baby.
I was afraid that I would lose you, but nothing would have changed.
As long as I'm alive, you will never go back to that life.
Poor Cinderella is just like, I thought I was gonna lose everything I am, and I'm gonna lose you. And he's like, as long as I am alive, that won't happen. It's like, dude! You're killing me right now, man. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be a bitch, but like, they just didn't give him anything to work with, man.
Oh, it's the baby.
No, it can't be. It's too soon. It must be the stress, the excitement.
Did you just try to tell a pregnant woman who's like, I'm going into labor? Nah. Yes, I, a cisgendered man with no ovaries, know exactly what labor feels like.
Thomas! It's okay.
His name is Thomas. I'm pretty sure that's the first time we've even heard his name. They did not care about this character. He is a plot device. Once Upon a Time really did flip the script on, like, you know, it used to be that, like, oh, all women on TV are just plot devices for the men. And then they were like, but what if we did that exact same thing? But now the men get to be the plot devices. Is that feminism? So he's been spirited away at the creepy well.
What did you do to my Thomas?
I haven't done anything.
He's like, bitch, I'm literally in a prehistoric paddy wagon. That's a band name.
All magic comes at a price.
All magic comes at a price. You're gonna hear that about 3,000 more times.
Looks like someone is just paid.
Oh boy, so she traded her emotionless husband for her baby. Probably a fair trade, but, you know, Still, poor Thomas.
I mean, if anyone could understand the reasons behind giving up a baby, I assumed it would be you.
Ooh, that's low, Rumpel.
It's not gonna happen.
I like your confidence. Charming.
I mean, she literally is a charming, so...
I'm willing to roll the dice that contract doesn't stand up.
She calls his bluff, and he's like, fine, she can keep her baby, but you, Emma, will owe me a favor. I'm sure that will not backfire in any way. She's like, ah, shit.
What's her name?
Alexandra.
She names her Alexandra, which is what Thomas wanted to name her in the old world, and she thought it was an ugly name, so, you know. She tells her that she can keep her baby now, and then has to rush Henry back home so that they don't both die.
I have to go.
Oh, I see she had a very productive council meeting.
About what you said at the hospital about me being able to leave?
Yeah?
See you tomorrow.
Oh, I like that. That's cute.
Henry?
Grab any random book and pretend to be reading. It's the oldest trick in the book, Henry.
Do not leave your shoes lying around on the stairs.
Hey, but he just barely made it back.
Is that her?
No, I just found this one in the parking lot. What the fuck? What kind of question is that her? When the mother of your child is in the hospital post-labor holding a baby. Holy fuck.
I am so sorry.
Yes, sorry isn't really gonna cut it by itself. But it's a start, Sean.
I got her a present.
Tiny little slippers for Cinderella Jr.
Maybe some roots wouldn't be so bad.
And Emma decides to take her job as a sheriff's deputy. Oh, looks like we know who she was having that city council meeting with. The police department is literally in bed with the corrupt politicians. I can't get any more on the nose than that, I guess. There we have it. Season 1, Episode 4, The Price of Gold. I promise we'll do more of these sooner than like 2 or 3 months or however long it's been since the last one we did. But yeah, somebody in my live mentioned that they and their husband have been watching this back now because of this being covered here on the channel. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for watching. And yeah, it just reminded me how much I really wanted to just sit down and watch one of these with you guys again. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber who say so because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye.